Hello and welcome, I'm Q, and
Welcome home,
this
sir.
is Fallout 3 No Guns. With Altsworth want to say hello, sir. Last time we ended up going through the vaults, did the tri-vaulti, so to speak, of doing Vault 106, 92, and also Vault 108. It was quite a nice time, got a couple bobbleheads, got Agatha's quest done. It was quite nice. Though, today I think I'm going to actually continue on with the Wasteland Survival Guide because I should have really got this done a long time ago, to be honest. So when you get to the Anchorage Memorial, just go from the tepid sewers over here across the road. You need to not hurt any of the animals. I think there's a mini killer up here. Anchorage Memorial here. I'm not gonna lie, because Moira wants you to be a pacifist on this, not attack anything, I'm just gonna kinda do stealth, boys. Yeah, do not kill any minor alerts, so shouldn't be too bad. Go play stealth, boys, I'm sure. Yeah, I've got 5 on me and I've got plenty in the house. That's the observer device, just jump down from that stair there. No, the problem with just jumping down is I need to now get back up. I need to not kill any of them. No, don't mind me. Stealth 100, got this perk so I move silently. Everything is a-okay. Caution, I shouldn't have took those steps. I'm getting worried the stealth boy's running low. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, managed to sneak in and out without too much stress. We only needed the one stealth boy, so that wasn't too bad. Just some ghouls travelling about, couldn't get to Underworld. Shame. About those mile alerts you've been asking me about for like, I don't know, half a year at this point, something like that.
So, are they intelligent? Do they have a leader? Some sort of king?
I slipped eggs in there, they had no problem noticing me, did not even sneeze on any of them, it's okay.
I'll bet most people would have just gone in there, guns blazing without half a thought. But not you. You're the best research assistant ever. But what do you think about them from your first-hand observations of them?
First off, if you want someone to go in guns blazing, you don't hire guns being scared, you get me? Like, I ain't gonna go that way, don't you worry, Moira. But, nah, they all just kind of seem to be peacefully walking about, they weren't fighting or anything, they're just chill, man. Just seem to be a happy little family.
Oh, really? Maybe their leader figures are bred, sort of like ant queens. Some of these observations about their armor and camouflage gave me an idea for reinforced neutral-colored headgear. Oh, speaking of which, take these, so you can continue to avoid them in the future.
And a lovely trade. Ooh, a shady hat, lovely. But that's the second chapter done now, yeah, Moira?
You bet. Your feedback is just the stuff for that rough and tumble survive anything sort of feel. But I'm sure they'll pick up survival as they go. Nothing to concern ourselves over, I'm sure. Now, on to the next chapter.
Sure, on to the next step. Last chapter, ain't it?
It's about the survival of humanity as a whole, and how to rebuild society. We need to know how large settlements are formed, how to harness the old technology, and I'll need you to get ancient history from a nearby library.
Local history doesn't sound too bad. You got any specific points you're thinking of?
Don't be so sure. You'd be surprised how confused people get. I'm talking about Rivet City. It's the most successful survivor settlement around, but no one here really knows how it started. So I need you to go there and do some researching.
I'll take you up on that, that's not too bad.
Oh, now I can't wait for what you find out down there. And check around to make sure you're hearing the real deal.
We need to go find the history of Rivet City. Now, I will say right now, Pinkerton's the person you want to go to. I'll quickly ask a few people, but we established when doing the Android quest, Pinkerton was around here for the oldest. Some people said he might have created this place, he might have destroyed the front half, but he's definitely a person we want to go see about the history. Though I will also just have a little look around here. So Flack, you know anything about the history here, my man?
Afraid I can't help you, pal. Maybe Bannon can help you out. He sure acts like he knows it all.
Reasonable. Bannon, what's your say then?
Welcome to Potomac Attire.
But you know anything about the history here, Bannon?
Why, I practically set this whole place up. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the Wastes.
Hasn't Reverend Say been here a little bit longer, though?
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. You could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie.
Okay, and now to go over to Belle Bonnie. And yes, you're going a little bit of a wild goose chase here from one person to another.
What the hell do you want?
You heard anything about the history of this place, Bonnie?
History? What, not enough shit around here already? It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes.
Surely you've got here something, you're the bartender.
Go down to Pinkerton's shed in the broken off bow of the ship. If he decides to give you a history lesson, it's no business of mine.
If you do a little dance, so to speak, you can get told where you're meant to go, but it definitely takes a minute. Personally, I don't even think you need to do this. I think you can just literally go straight to Pinkerton, ask him, and you're good, you know, but it's nice to do it right. I got me a few speech checks, I guess, that are completely useless. Look, I would tell you you're the one person that can actually give me the history. How the fuck did this place start?
I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside.
Honestly, man, I've been given 21 different stories up there. I feel like you're the only person. Please, how did Rivet City actually start?
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
That's pretty much my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. A bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
It feels like a little bit of a fall from grace, man. It feels bad. How'd it happen?
That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell if I'm leaving the city I made great.
Do you have any evidence of all this? I'm not meaning to doubt you, it's just, you know, if you make a report, you kind of want your sources, you know?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them.
It's appreciated, man. Oh, thank you. It's insightful hearing the history from the actual proper source, man. So appreciated. And good man taking it back up. I appreciate that.
Don't let your guard down.
I won't, man. I won't. You talk to Pinkerton, you get the actual history. It feels like you're meant to ask about Rivet City for a bit to kind of get led on the goose chase, so I'll go do it. It wasn't exactly a hard mission. Plus, for years lot, it'll just be a matter of me walking back and forth there. Plus, for years, that'll literally just be conversation, 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 you know, like, there won't be anything else. It'll be quite nice. Myra, it didn't take me like 12 weeks this time. Honestly, it took a fucking minute, and a sweet minute at that, but I got it, the official sources and all.
Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? So, tell me all about it.
So it used to be Mirelurks on it, government moved in, yeah, government remnants. I don't know if they're like military, I can't remember, but long story short, big important people cleared out the place of Mirelurks, then a science crew came in, and you know, when you've got the one science element in the world, yeah, it kind of attracts people, it turns out, which is quite nice.
A bit of smarts leads to a big reward, huh? Speaking of which, in thanks, have a few of these. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future.
Much appreciated, Myra. Always love a good discount. Though I'm sure there's still some more in this chapter. What you got?
I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. So, what'll it be?
I mean, technology is always interesting. Let's start with that.
It does, doesn't it? If it's connected to the mainframe in the Robco factory, you could have access to all the robots you'd ever want. Now that would be a great example of how to harness technology, wouldn't it?
I mean, I do have robotics expert, but I don't know if that gets me the neutral or the, like, optional bonus, so I'm just going to do it myself. But yeah, just give me the thing, I'll get on that.
Yeah, you should just be able to plug it into the mainframe at the Robco production facility. It'll give you access to the robots and terminals.
A pre-war book on the table. More asking from nowhere, good to know. Oh, big book of science in here. And another pre-war book. Yeah, onto the offices and cafeteria now. Honestly, this whole area is just a few bugs, so like, you know, rad roaches are not an issue, neither are mirelurks, would you believe? Nikola Tesla new here. I think this is to the right when you come in through the door there. That was the front door to this area. Stealth boy on the table. Take that happily. One DC book of medicine here. For the book of medicine, also in the offices and cafeteria, well over here though. Also stealth boy and a pre-war book, just before the bloody main thing here. And yes, if you actually hack the mainframe, you can get a lot more use out of it. Wasn't too hard a quest, just another small building to clear out. Honestly, yeah, activated all the robots there, was able to program them how I wanted. Honestly, it was a nice little fun day out, to be honest.
Harnessing the technology of the past and modifying it for your own purposes? That's just the thing. Tell me all about how it worked out.
Honestly, hacked the mainframe, got the robots into tip-top gear, made sure that they could actually smack a thing. They were pretty good, actually.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed you had it in you, but I suppose it worked out anyway. Oh, and take my book on science. For some reason, I just can't get into the computer parts, but I've got the rest pretty much memorized.
And it's just a library now then, ain't it, Moira?
Yes. Books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there, and if you can download records from its computer.
Why not?
Great. The library should be in Old Arlington.
Since it's the last part, I'll get going and hopefully I'll come back to you to a finished book then, Moira.
Keep up the great research, super assistant.
Oh, super assistant. Moira, please, I'm blushing. Thank you. I have 34 pre-war books. Already discovered Arlington Library, just never went into it, so get onto that now.
Hold it. This area is under the authority of the Brotherhood of Steel. Leave immediately.
I'm just trying to do some investigation for a science book. Can I explore, please?
You're awfully brave to be walking around down here by yourself. Are you scavenging the ruins?
Honestly, try to look for records and any information about this place if that's possible.
It seems that we have similar goals in mind. I have a proposal for you, if you're interested.
What sort of proposement? I'm curious, Scribe.
You will have to be willing to aid me in my task here in this library. But to the point. My task here is to collect the written works of those who came before, in order to supplement the Brotherhood archives. Although most of the pre-war books have been destroyed, there are a few that have survived. Return here with any pre-war books that you find, and I will reward you for them.
Hey, here's a few pre-war books.
Excellent. Here is your reward. Use it well, and return with more books when you can.
Will do. Can you help me access the library's archives, yeah?
The front desk computer has access to the card catalogs, but it appears that it's lost the connection to the main archives.
I'll get going to clear that bit out then.
Steel be with you.
If I want to steal, I'll switch over to the Ripper. And yeah, there is some skill books in that around here. Pre-war book here though. Yeah, I think there is something like 9 books in these built-in pre-war books, but I don't have a guide and I don't feel like looting through for every corner. So the ones I find, but that's how it is, you know. Also, I love how the Brotherhood are here helping, quote unquote. So they shoot me just as much, but you know, they're helping. Look at the Brotherhood are slowly walking through. There's just this band charged around in combat armors and a Deathclaw gauntlet, like, yep. Like, yep, this is how you want to do it. Showing the Brotherhood how you should grow a pair. Oh, blocking. And falling. No, look at them having to use guns. The Raider has bigger balls than you. The Raider had a knife. You're meant to be a paladin. Fucking pathetic. Ooh, pre-war book. Another pre-war book. As I said, there are literally littered around pre-war books in this area. There's like 9 or something, so ooh, Bank Congressional Sale. You will find a few. Even if you're not trying, you'll just find a few, you know? And yeah, I will admit, when you start coming through here, watch, because there are a lot of traps just lying around. Guns and bills through here. 3 pre-war books on the table. Oh good, I knocked the missile out of his hand on the first sight, that's kinda lucky. You know, that might have been slightly terrifying if I hadn't done that. Another pre-war book. Tumblers today on the table. Also quantum hiding well back in the library here. And that's the library's cleared out as I'm doing it anyway. Like, there definitely will be pre-war books in this. There's probably even a skill book or 2 of this. I don't really need anything, so there's not really any point in me looking around. Extra 700 cats, I got 7 of the books.
Are there books? Oh, can I go borrow some?
Library's still there, got the archives and everything for you, Moira.
Really? A whole library's worth of data? Right there? Oh, that's great news.
There's just a huge pile of information. There's a couple raiders, things like that, but Brotherhood are protecting it. You're just gonna be another party going through the information, trying to organize it all, Moira, I'll be honest.
Does it mean that it'll be a guard catalog? You see, because... Oh, never mind. Oh, and here's a book of mine and some caps for your research. Think of it as pay for a civilization worth of overdue books.
Ah, lovely. And is that the Wasteland Survival Guide done, Moira?
Yep, that's the last bit for the toughest survival guide in the wastes. Survivors of the world, rejoice! And everyone else too. For all your hard work, I want you to have this mini nuke.
Yay!
I kept meaning to use it to dig a well, but honestly, it just makes me nervous. Thanks for all the help.
Oh, no problem. Honestly, it's been a journey, Moira. There's been some long, overdone time. There's been some pauses, but we've got there. But was it worth it, Moira? Did we make the best survival book ever?
Oh my, it's brilliant. Even I'm astounded by my genius. Oh, no, it's more than that. By our genius.
Oh, Moira.
I'll share these with the traders, and soon everyone will know about the Wasteland Survival Guide. But now, the very first copy of our book goes to you. It wouldn't nearly be as good without your input. You're the real Wasteland Survival Guru.
Aw, thanks, Moira. Survival Guru. Yep, damage resistance. Yeah, so I probably haven't taken the smartest guide because you can't get extra health, extra crit chance. So I've probably taken the worst guide possible, but I did get max level of it because it's plus 6%. And yeah, 6% damage resistance is still solid, I'm not gonna complain with it. At least that's the Wasteland Survival Guide finished. At this point there's really not too much more. I think at this point, I'll be honest, there's not too much more I want to do. I'll want to do Big Trouble in Big Town, but that'll probably be next time. I want to do the DLCs and I want to do the main story. But I think all that's left is doing that. There's one more side quest I'll get later on, but I need to do the main story to unlock that. So definitely been interesting anyway. We're getting rather close to like just the final sprint, so to speak, of this, so that'll be interesting. Though this has been the lovely Fallout 3 No Guns. We're just finishing off the guide for Moira, and I could be happy that I am co-authored to one of the best books in the Wasteland now. I've been Q. Thank you for joining me. Take care and enjoy.